Good evening, kids. So, here we are back with the next topic. So, thought that we converse, we write so many sentences, but do we actually know the difference between a sentence and a phrase, or a phrase and a clause? So, we need to understand these differences. So, here I've got a very basic and a simple chart for you all. First, we'll understand the difference between a phrase and a clause. Yes. What is a sentence? A sentence is a group of words that express a complete thought. They are a group of words that express a complete thought. A sentence has both subject and predicate. A sentence gives complete information about the subject and the predicate. A sentence begins with a capital letter and ends with a full stop, question mark, or an exclamation mark. So what are we talking about here? We are talking about the punctuation marks. Yes, we are talking about punctuation marks. And now we'll talk about the phrases. If I'm comparing a phrase to a sentence, then what is the difference? A phrase is also a group, but it does not express a complete thought. A phrase is also a group of words only, but it does not express a complete thought. So here is the first difference. Now, if I just compare and bring in clause in this, what shall I bring in? Clause in this. Yes. So if I bring in a clause, then I will realize that clauses sometimes convey a complete thought. Clauses sometimes convey a complete thought. So let me put it like this. So here we have a difference between sentence, phrase, and clauses. Second, a phrase does not have a subject or predicate, or both. So you will not find a phrase having a subject or a predicate. A sentence has both. And here clauses contain a subject and a predicate. Yes. So you might be confused over here, but let me just tell you that a clause can be called as a sentence. It depends upon the clause we have. It is possible it can be called as a sentence. Next, a phrase does not give complete information about the subject or the predicate. A sentence gives complete information about the subject and the predicate. Clauses contain subject and predicate, and independent clauses can stand alone. So if I'm saying independent clauses can stand alone, I mean to say that yes, phrases can be, clauses can be called as sentences, but not phrases, because they do not give us the complete information. Now let's look at the last difference. A phrase does not begin with a capital letter and it will not end with a punctuation mark. Always remember. Whereas a sentence, as I've already shared, ends with a punctuation mark. Yes. So now let's look at few examples of phrases. So remember, in the group I had shared few phrases which we can be using. So I thought, why not give you the difference as well. Phrase can act as noun, as a verb, as adjective, as an adverb, or a prepositional phrase. Now, noun phrases. The tiny mouse. See? Mouse. Verb. Was reading. Adjective. Very tall. Adverb. Only occasionally. And prepositional. On the table. So these are different kinds of phrases which we have, we use them. Stand up. Sit down. Was hearing. Very tall. We do say that this object is very tall. So very tall is an adjective phrase. Only occasionally. I read books only occasionally, though I should read every day. The flowers are kept on the table. On the table. So on is being used over here. On is the adjective prepositional phrase. Mouse is being used here. It is noun phrase. Was reading. Now let's look at this again. See, to further clarify what are noun phrases or verb phrases, what is being talked about here? The box, and box is an object. It is a noun. Will go. I am talking about whether I am going or not. So, it is verb phrase, adjective phrase. Bake. This is what I am talking about. Very slowly. This is my adverb phrase, very slowly. And what is my prepositional phrase? In the car. Yes. So kids, these are few phrases and these are the different kinds of phrases which I have shared with you. Phrases, they are divided into prepositional phrase, noun phrase, adjectival phrase, adverb phrase. So we need to identify the object which is being highlighted in a sentence. And always remember, phrases are a group of words. They do not express complete thought. So I'm going to share a few interesting assignments, worksheets with you so that you all can clarify your doubts and you'll be able to understand phrases, sentences and clauses in a better way. So see you again in the next video very soon.